From the dawn of time, humans have been obsessed with numbers, counting sheep, crops, and even stars. Numbers have always been at the heart of our survival, helping us keep track of food, seasons, and even the passage of time. Whether it was a shepherd making sure none of his flock were missing, or an ancient astronomer mapping the night sky, counting was essential to understanding our world. At first, we used our fingers and toes, but that only got us so far. 10 fingers and 10 toes were enough for small numbers, but as our societies grew, so did our need to count higher and faster. Soon, even the cleverest child would run out of digits to keep track of everything. When we needed to count more, we invented tools, marks on sticks, piles of pebbles. These simple inventions were the first step toward recording information, allowing us to remember and share what we counted, even after the moment had passed. But these methods were slow and clunky, especially for big calculations. Imagine trying to keep track of a whole harvest or a bustling marketplace with just a handful of pebbles or a stick full of notches. It was easy to make mistakes and even easier to lose count. The need for speed and accuracy drove us to invent better tools. As trade and civilization expanded, so did the pressure to calculate faster, more reliably, and on a much larger scale. Enter the abacus, a simple frame with beads that made math faster and more reliable. With just a flick of the fingers, people could add, subtract, multiply, and divide, all without ever writing a single number down. The abacus was the original calculator, helping build empires and run businesses. Merchants, traders, and scholars relied on it to keep their accounts straight and their businesses booming. But our quest for speed didn't stop there. As the world became more complex, so did our need for even faster and more powerful tools. We moved from beads to circuits, from abacus to computers. The leap from wooden frames to electronic brains was nothing short of revolutionary, opening up possibilities that our ancestors could only dream of. Today, computers solve complex problems in a blink, making math accessible to everyone. From scientists cracking codes to students doing homework, computers have become our ultimate math partners, handling calculations that once took days or even years. This journey shows our endless drive to make math faster and easier. Each new tool builds on the last, pushing the boundaries of what we can achieve and how quickly we can do it. Let's dive in and explore two of the most incredible math tools ever created. From the humble abacus to the mighty computer, our quest for speed and accuracy continues to shape the world we live in. The abacus is the world's first mechanical calculator, a simple yet ingenious device made of a wooden frame and sliding beads. Long before the age of computers or even written numbers, people used the abacus to solve everyday math problems. Its design is both elegant and practical, making it a timeless tool that has stood the test of centuries. Each bead on the abacus represents a number, and by moving them back and forth, you can perform all kinds of calculations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The tactile movement of the beads helps users visualize numbers and operations, making math more concrete and less abstract. The abacus has a rich history stretching back thousands of years, with early versions found in ancient Mesopotamia and later refined in China and Japan. Each culture developed its own unique style, but the core idea remained the same: a tool to make sense of numbers. For centuries, the abacus was the essential tool for merchants, traders, and engineers. It was the pocket calculator of its day, used in bustling markets and on engineering projects, helping people keep track of goods, money, and measurements with speed and accuracy. Even in our digital age, the abacus remains a vital part of daily life in parts of Asia. In markets, vendors use it to tally up sales, while in classrooms, teachers introduce children to the basics of math using this ancient tool. Millions of children start their math journey on the abacus, learning to count, add, and subtract by moving beads. As they progress, many master the art of mental abacus, visualizing the beads in their minds to perform calculations at lightning speed, sometimes faster than a calculator. The abacus isn't just a relic of the past, it's a powerful tool for brain training and developing mental agility. Using an abacus sharpens memory, concentration, and problem-solving skills, making it a favorite in educational programs around the world. Abacus masters can perform complex calculations with astonishing speed and accuracy, sometimes even outpacing digital calculators. Their fingers fly across the beads, turning math into a mesmerizing performance. The abacus's simple, elegant design proves you don't need batteries, screens, or electricity to become a math whiz. All you need is a frame, some beads, and a sharp mind. With just these basic materials, you can make numbers dance, solve problems, and unlock the secrets of mathematics. Anytime, anywhere. The abacus is more than just a counting tool. It's a beautiful blend of history, culture, and practical math power, connecting generations through the universal language of numbers. Fast forward to today. The computer is the ultimate math machine. A computer is an electronic device that stores and processes information at lightning speed. It's like a super genius assistant doing millions of calculations per second. Computers handle everything from simple arithmetic to modeling the climate and mapping galaxies. Software lets us do algebra, calculus, and statistics with a few clicks. Everyday tasks, splitting a bill, tracking savings, even playing video games, rely on computers doing math. Their versatility makes them essential in every STEM field and in daily life. Computers make math interactive, visual, and fun, while also powering scientific discovery. They're not just tools, they're gateways to a universe of possibilities, all built on numbers. Let's imagine a math showdown: abacus versus computer. Picture these two tools, both designed to help us solve problems, but each with its own unique approach and history. The abacus, an ancient device, has been used for centuries, while the computer is a modern marvel, capable of processing millions of calculations in seconds. With an abacus, you move beads by hand, controlling every step of the calculation. Each movement is deliberate, and you can see the math unfold right in front of you. It's a tactile experience, connecting your mind and your hands as you work through each problem. You're the processor. The abacus is your interface. Every answer you get is the result of your own logic and effort, making you an active participant in the process. With a computer, you type in the problem and get an instant answer. No need to see the steps. The computer handles all the calculations behind the scenes, so you can focus on the result rather than the process. The abacus is manual and hands-on, building your arithmetic skills and understanding. It encourages you to visualize numbers and operations, strengthening your mental math abilities over time. The computer is automated, shifting the work to the machine and focusing on results. It's perfect for when you need quick answers or have to solve complex equations that would take much longer by hand. Abacus users develop deep number sense and mental agility. The practice of moving beads and tracking calculations sharpens memory, concentration, and problem-solving skills. Computers offer speed and efficiency, especially for big or repetitive problems. They can handle vast amounts of data and perform calculations that would be nearly impossible to do manually. The abacus requires active engagement. The computer delivers answers with a click. One tool asks you to think through each step, while the other lets you skip straight to the solution. One tool builds your math brain, the other gets you results fast. The abacus is about learning and understanding, while the computer is about speed and convenience. The abacus is about process. The computer is about outcome. Each has its place, depending on whether you want to develop skills or simply get things done. Both have strengths, but they approach math in fundamentally different ways. The abacus connects you to the roots of mathematics, while the computer represents the future of calculation. Which one is better? It depends on what you want to learn. If you want to strengthen your math foundation, the abacus is a great choice. If you need fast answers and efficiency, the computer is your go-to tool. The tool you use shapes how you learn math. The abacus is tactile and visual, building a strong foundation in number sense. Moving beads helps you understand place value and arithmetic, not just memorize rules. Mental abacus training boosts concentration, memory, and visualization, like a workout for your brain. Students who master it can calculate faster than most people can type. Computers, on the other hand, make math interactive and engaging with games and instant feedback. Graphing software lets students explore equations visually and experiment with variables. Computers prepare students for a digital world, teaching essential tech skills alongside math. They connect math to real-world applications in science, finance, and engineering. The abacus builds mental stamina. Computers foster curiosity and digital literacy. Each tool offers unique benefits for learning. The best math education uses both. In a tech-filled world, why use an abacus? It builds a rock-solid math foundation, making place value and arithmetic tangible. The hands-on process prevents mindless memorization and encourages real understanding. The abacus promotes focus and discipline. No distractions, just pure calculation. It teaches patience, step-by-step thinking, and self-checking. Computers, meanwhile, personalize learning and adapt to each student's needs. They keep students engaged and progressing at their own pace. Many teachers blend both tools, abacus for fundamentals, computers for advanced exploration. The right tool depends on the lesson and the learner. Computers dominate because of their power, speed, and versatility. They handle calculations on a scale the abacus can't match, billions per second. Computers aren't just calculators, they're platforms for creativity, communication, and commerce. They store and share vast amounts of information connecting people worldwide. This global network accelerates learning and innovation. User-friendly interfaces make computers accessible to everyone, not just experts. The abacus is limited to arithmetic, but computers can do almost anything. Their flexibility and connectivity have made them indispensable in modern life. Computers transformed from specialist machines to everyday essentials. That's why they rule our world. Which tool is best for learning math? It depends on your goal. For building deep understanding and mental math skills, the abacus wins. It gives students confidence and a strong number sense. The hands-on practice creates lasting mental models of math. For applying math to real-world problems and preparing for the future, the computer is champion. Computers let students explore advanced math, run simulations, and analyze data. They teach problem-solving, data analysis, and digital literacy. The abacus builds the mental engine. The computer is the vehicle for discovery. Both are champions in their own way. The smartest approach is to use both. The abacus and computer aren't rivals, they're partners. The abacus is like a wise master, teaching discipline and deep understanding. It builds mental strength and confidence. The computer is a superhero suit, giving us superhuman abilities and connecting us to global knowledge. It empowers us to solve problems and innovate. The best math education values both. Start with the abacus, then add the computer. Students who master both become well-rounded modern mathematicians. The abacus builds the foundation. The computer builds the skyscraper. One trains the mind, the other expands our reach. Together, they help us understand the world and shape the future. Sometimes the best answer isn't either or,